Welcome to Crocodile MTG, your home of competitive, constructed play in the modern, standard, and legacy formats. Today's video was brought to you by the wonderful supporters over at Patreon. Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jordan with Crocodile MTG here, bringing you another Magic the Gathering video. Today we are playing Izzet Drakes in Modern. We're going to start off with a Scalding Tarn, grabbing Steam Vents, and then using the Serum Visions to hopefully be able to find a second land. And then hopefully we can just chain together these cantrips into some good action and be able to hit our opponent pretty quickly. So we found a Thing in the Ice and a Scalding Tarn on top. So I'm going to put both of these on top and pass the turn back. We are currently 2-1 in the league, which is pretty good. Looks like we're gonna play against some Jund action here. Oh, I just realized we're gonna have to fetch away the other. That's all right. So I'm gonna start with this Thing in the Ice and pass the turn. Most likely going to die to a removal spell of some sort. And then hopefully we can follow up with a Pyromancer's Ascension, because I feel like that'll be really good in this matchup if that gets to stick around. Might get hit with a Maelstrom Pulse, but hopefully it won't. So we'll see what our opponent has here. Alright, Blood Crypt untapped into a Fatal Push. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to play out this Ascension here. And again, hopefully that can get us enough value in this game. I guess there's Assassin's Trophies also we have to worry about here. And we'll see if our opponent has anything about this. If he gets Assassin's Trophy, it at least ramps us up a little bit of mana here. Which can pull us ahead. We have this Crackling Drake and the Arclight Phoenix in our hand. So we're trying to find 4 mana here, or at least a way to play it out. Alright, Thoughtseize from our opponent. Probably hitting this Crackling Drake, I'd assume. It could be a Flame Slash also, depending on what our opponent's hand is. Alright, they do take the Crackling Drake. That's a pretty good late game finisher. Alright, we drew another Arclight, so we'd really like to find a land and a Faithless Looting off these. Alright, Assassin's Trophy from our opponent. So I would like to go find another land. So we indirectly found the land. Now we're looking for... I don't think we're looking for that bolt. Yeah, we found another land. I'd like to see a Faithless Looting here. Thing in the Ice. Thing in the Ice is at least a play, but I really don't think that's what we're looking for here. Another Arclight Phoenix. Alright. So we're just going to start hitting our opponent with these Arclight Phoenixes, coming in with haste. And hopefully that's going to be good enough to do something. If our opponent plays Liliana of the Veil awkwardly enough, we can discard these Arclight Phoenixes and potentially put a lot of pressure on our opponent. Alright, Inquisition's going to get Flame Slash. Alright, and we're going to grab a Steam Vent here. I should have grabbed that at the end of their turn. Start hitting in with these Arclight Phoenixes. Alright, a Bolt. Hopefully I don't have Surgical. End step Surgical. Okay, Surgical would be really bad for us here if they have that main deck. I don't think they do, but... we're just trading 1 for 1, and hopefully eventually we can get enough spells back, we can buy back some of these Arclight Phoenixes. If we actually find a Faithless Looting, it's pretty likely for us to be able to get rid of these Arclight Phoenixes and then bring them back the same turn. So we'll see what our opponent's planning here. Alright, Liliana the Veil from our opponent. So that's just going to tick up. I think I'm going to just hold this Scalding Tarn in hand. I don't think we need more than the 4 mana we currently have. I am just going to hit our opponent here. I think I just want to put pressure there. This Liliana the Veil is kind of an issue, but at the same sense, the emblem doesn't make things that matter to us. So they return a Bloodbraid Elf, but they don't have the mana to cast it on the battlefield currently. Alright, so there's an opt from us. I'm going to start with this Thought Scour and see what we hit. Alright, nothing we wanted to hit. Alright, I'm just going to fetch, grab a basic island, and play out this Arclight Phoenix. I think we just want to put pressure on our opponent. Again, I don't really think the Liliana the Veil, Liliana the Last Hope is that important to what we're trying to do. Hitting our opponent down to 7 is... there's a lot of kills that can come from that. Alright, Bolt. So we're putting our opponent down to 10. They can tick up on our tick up the Liliana on the Arclight Phoenix. Alright, Manamorphose is really good here. Manamorphose by paying a red is really good here. Actually, maybe I want to start... no, I want to start with the Manamorphose. Alright, that's not what we're looking for. And we'll try and play this opt. Thing in the Ice again. We want another spell, and that's not it. Alright, so our chances of that working didn't go too well. I really thought with 2 draws we'd be able to find a 3rd spell, but our deck has other plans. Again, we haven't seen a single Faithless Looting this entire deck, or this entire game. Alright, so we're going to get Bloodbraid Elf here. We'd really like to see a Faithless Looting from the top of our deck. Inquisition us, but all they're going to see is lands. Faithless Looting. Thing in the Ice is okay. It's not anything we actually want, but... it at least blocks the Bloodbraid. And a Faithless Looting off the top probably is going to be game. Being able to draw 2, discard a couple of these lands, and then be able to flash it back. In 4 cards, hopefully we'd be able to see another spell. We have 2 Arclight Phoenixes in grave. We have 1 on the battlefield. Now we're just looking for an outlet. Hopefully we'll be able to chain together a couple cantrips. It'd be really nice to find a Faithless Looting. We have 32 cards in our library currently, and we have 4 Faithless Looting still in there. So that's an 1/8 of a chance to find one. It's probably way greater in actually finding it, but 1/8 of our library. There you go. We have 4 out of 32. Is that how probability works? Mathematicians, comment down below if I'm completely insane and making no sense. But our opponent may fetch here and play the Ravager. Because if they attack right now with Bloodbraid, it doesn't do anything. The other thing I guess they could do is attack with Bloodbraid and then tick up Liliana on the thing in the ice, which isn't a terrible idea. I don't know. Either way, they have a 2-turn clock. We'd really like to... We have to cantrip things together. If we don't find anything with our cantrips, then... Our opponent's just, you know, playing the waiting game. Alright, so our opponent fetches down. Oh, this is weird. Okay. So our opponent's going to... No, that's an... What was that? An Abrupt Decay? Yeah. So they Abrupt Decay the thing in the ice. They tick up on our Arclight Phoenix. They attack with Bloodbraid. And now we need a cantrip. Oh, we drew the Faithless Looting. Okay. Alright. Alright, we have the potential of winning. Oh, we have it. Okay. Alright, so we're going to get rid of the things here. We're going to play the Opt. We're going to put that on bottom. I guess we can just flash back the Faithless Looting. And I guess discard here and here. Yeah, because Lightning Bolt ends it here. So we're going to bring back the Arclight Phoenixes. And attack with everything. And does this get it? Does he have a removal spell? Or she? A-Rog, what do you got? They have... And I think that's going to get it. Alright, we're going to discard Snapcaster Mage. Alright, and we pulled that game off the Faithless Looting off the top. Ooh, that was a close one, that's for sure. Alright, so I think we want Jace here in this matchup. Let me think about what else we want here. Possibly the Braids for Bloodbraid and the Manland. And potentially some early Tarmogoyfs that I assume they have. Yeah, here's what we want to take out. We want to take out Surgical Gut Shot. And possibly the Flame Slash. I could see leaving the Flame Slash in. We probably want the Beacon Bolt. Okay, so I can see cutting the Flame Slash for the Beacon Bolt. So doing those 4 for these 4. Alright, I can see that. Is there anything else I want from this side? Dragon's Claw isn't as important. They probably have things like Surgical. Does that warrant like a Dispel or anything from us? Or even Spell Pierce. I could see bringing in Spell Pierces. We do have the Snapcasters though. I don't know. I don't want to dilute our deck too much. I think I'm going to run this up. If we can deal with their threats and we can land our threats. I think that's really where we want to be. All right. So turn 2 Thing in the Ice. That's pretty good. We also have a couple removal spells. I think this is a keepable start. The Thing in the Ice probably just gets hit with a removal spell. But then we have a couple removal spells of our own. And hopefully we'll be able to find something. Notably, they do not have a Leyline of the Void. So most Jund decks run the Leyline of the Void over the Surgical, I think. Maybe that's not right, because they might have Bob. Alright, I'm going to start with a Scalding Tarn and pass the turn. And then at the end of our opponent's turn, I'm going to grab... I'm going to grab a Steam Vents at the end of this turn. Depending on what they have here. Alright, they have a Bob, so I'm going to grab it untapped and to bolt the Bob. Alright, now we have Faithless Looting. I think I'm just going to start by running out this Thing in the Ice. And we'll see what our opponent has. Alright, our opponent didn't have a removal spell. So I'm going to start with a Faithless Looting here. Their removal spell is probably instant speed. So I'm not going to go super far into this. I'm going to discard the Spire Bluff here and this mountain. Ooh, I'm going to play this island. And I'm going to play this Manamorphose. I think I just named red here. Maybe red-blue. I'll go red-blue. In case we draw a cantrip. Alright, there's our cantrip. And I'll play this Faithless Looting. Attempt to flip the Thing in the Ice. A lot of our opponent's things kill Thing in the Ice, so I'm not expecting this to stick. Alright, there's an Abrupt Decay. So... what do I even remove here? I don't want to remove the spells because of Thing in the Ice. I don't want to remove the Jace because I want to play the Jace next turn. This might be wrong. I'm going to get rid of the Thing in the Opt. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have a Thoughtseize. Liliana. Yep. That was my guess originally. Liliana, tick up. We're going to discard this Abrade. And then we're going to fight back with a Jace. Our opponent gets rid of a Maelstrom Pulse, so that's pretty significant. Alright, so we're going to lose the Steam Vents. I'm going to just grab an island here, preserve our life total a little bit. And we're actually going to tick this Jace up on us. And I want to put that on the bottom and pass the turn back. And hopefully we don't lose this Jace to a Bloodbraid plus Lightning Bolt. Alright, Fatal Push has no target. So Bloodbraid probably hitting our Jace. We're each going to discard a card. Now Spellbomb from our opponent. Alright, we have the Bolt. So now I think I just want to take this up, targeting us again. No, I can take Opt. Pass the turn back. In response to this Lily trigger, or attacking, I'm going to Bolt the Bloodbraid. We'll see what our opponent tries to do here. Alright, Tireless Tracker. That's interesting. That is the one to be a little concerned about. Yeah, Lily ticks up. I'm going to hit this. Do I want to hit this Bloodbraid or the Tracker? Probably the Bloodbraid. The other thing I could have hit is Liliana the Veil. Yeah, we're not in a great spot. We're going to start with an Opt. Snapcaster Bolt. That seems pretty good. So now we can start targeting our opponent. Put that on bottom. No, I can leave that on top. It's weird because I feel like Tireless Tracker was like the perfect draw for our opponent, because now they're able to, every land they play is going to be a clue, which means they can draw another card. So that actually interferes with our Jace a little bit. It's a really weird interaction. Maybe we should have Jaced ourselves or used a different ability. Let me know down in the comments below what you would have done there. How would you have used that Jace that turn? I didn't think of that play. Alright. Is it just Brainstorm here? Do they have the Bolt? Brainstorm looting. Cantrip, cantrip. Alright, yeah, that's what we want to do. Did I ruin this? Did I mess this up? I think I messed this up. We have to draw an untapped land. I could just cancel that. What do we play this turn? Just Serum Visions? And use Jace? Alright, we're gonna risk our marbles here. We'll see what our opponent can pull off. Hopefully this Jace gets to stick around, but it looks like a Bloodbraid Elf. Yep. Alright. Into Tarmogoyf. Alright, that was a very powerful turn from our opponent. I'm assuming Bloodbraid's hitting this Jace. Alright, I'm going to start with the looting. Phoenix opt down. I think I'd start by getting rid of this Liliana. I really don't know how we get out of this predicament. It'd probably be like top decking a thing in the ice and then being able to flashback our lootings, find some spells, and alright, Crackling Drake is a very good start to getting out of this predicament. Actually, Crackling Drake's just lethal next turn. Do they have the removal spell? So we're going to use the ability. We're going to grab a island because that's all we have. And what do we got? Nothing. Alright. Now we're going to move to the sideboard. Hold on, guys, because we are going to hear a quick word from our sponsor. Mana Traders is the best Magic the Gathering card rental service on the market. Whether you are playing tabletop or digital Magic, Mana Traders will have these services to meet your needs. For a limited time only, Mana Traders will give you 15% off when you sign up today using the promo code Crocodile. So go check them out today at manatraders.com. Alright everyone, welcome back. That was manatraders.com. One of our sponsors here on the Crocodile MTG channel. We're actually using them to build the deck we are currently having. We rented this from them, and they are a great service. They're simple and easy to use, and I honestly encourage you guys to check them out. Once again, that's manatraders.com. So looking at the 75 we are currently running, I don't think I want to change anything on the play. I think this Jace is very powerful. The Beacon Bolt is good. And the Abrades we brought in, I think those are all fine. I think we just want to run this back. This isn't a terrible hand. We have a lot of cantrips. So hopefully we're going to be able to find like a Faithless Looting or just be something to smooth out our draw a little bit. And I really don't think this is a bad draw, so we're going to go through here. Grafdigger's Cage. Okay, so that changes our stuff here a little bit. We'll put Serum Visions on top. Now we're just going to be looking for some cantrips here. We'll start with Serum Visions. We found a Crackling Drake, which is good. I don't think we want this island, but I think the Abrade is fine. And probably just play the Steam Vents tapped. Really like to see a thing in the ice here. Alright, and a Dark Confidant from our opponent. So we do have the answer to that one. Oh, we actually could have destroyed target artifact there too. Didn't think of that. We don't need to this turn, so. Alright, I'm going to play the Opt at the end of the turn here. Faithless Looting can go on bottom. Alright, we're going to play out the Crackling Drake here. Drew a Faithless Looting. So we'll see if our opponent has the removal spell. Alright, they have a Tireless Tracker, and they're tapping out for this. I guess they could have Fatal Push. If they have Fatal Push, I'd use it here. Yeah, it looks like they have Fatal Push. That's unfortunate. Yep. I guess we start with a Manamorphose. I'm going to just name blue-red. Thing in the Ice is very good here. I think I'm going to Thought Scour ourselves. And I'm going to just bolt this Tireless Tracker now. I don't want our opponent getting any more clues. Next turn we can flip this Thing in the Ice, which is going to be good. Alright, Fatal Push on the Thing in the Ice. Unfortunate demise for the thing. Alright. Our opponent has a Bob. So the Snapcaster actually does not do anything with the Grafdigger's Cage on the board. Let's see if we can find something to remove this Bob. Ooh. Alright, I'm going to Faithless Looting here. Alright, there's a Thing in the Ice. I'm going to discard here and here, and I'll play out the Thing. I would like to see another Abrade to get rid of that Grafdigger's Cage. Our opponent found a Liliana the Veil, so they're going to be able to take care of our Thing in the Ice here. We used our first Abrade on a Bob. That might have been wrong. Maybe we should have taken out this great Grafdigger's Cage. I think it's really weird that we haven't found a Arclight Phoenix yet. So down goes the Thing in the Ice. Scavenging Ooze eats a thing. Alright, so our opponent's hitting our deck from multiple angles. Oh, they actually take Faithless Looting. I think that's odd, considering they have the Grafdigger's Cage. Start with this Faithless Looting. Alright, we found another Thing in the Ice. So what is best here? I'm going to play out this Thing. Our opponent found another Liliana the Veil. Fetch, grab a mountain. I'm going to play out this Snapcaster Mage. Target a Braid, I guess. Braid entered exile from the Scavenging Ooze. Our opponent discards their additional Liliana the Veil. Assassin's Trophy is going to take care of Thing in the Ice. And now we'll see if we can draw anything productive. I wouldn't mind seeing an Arclight Phoenix off the top. Alright, Ascension's not what we were looking for. I'm going to swing in at this Liliana the Veil. Actually, do we just die if that happens? This becomes a 4/4. And he can pump the Ooze to a 4/4. And then that. No, I'm going to swing in at the Liliana the Veil. Alright, Bob down. Opponent's going to eat a Crackling Drake. Crackling Drake would be good off the top of the library here. We don't have anything to discard. They do. Inquisition of Kozilek. So now they just activate Raging Ravine, swing in for 8. And that's probably going to be enough. I mean, not this turn, but enough that next turn it's lethal. We drew a Beacon Bolt. So we are going to be able to take out the Ooze here. And now, do we have a Lightning Axe still on board? Lightning Axe could take out the Raging Ravine the following turn, so there's a small chance we could stabilize. But we have to, it relies totally and completely on finding the Lightning Axe. Also, I guess if we find no, Phoenix can be killed by Liliana. Yeah, Lightning Axes are only out, I think. Alright, Raging Ravine firing up. Coming in for 5. Lightning Axe. Spire Bluff Canal. Alright, that is not enough, so good game, opponent. Thank you so much for watching. Please go hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed today's video. For your custom playmats, mouse pads, and more, head over to Inked Gaming. Use promo code crocodilemtg10 to receive 10% off your order. Today's video was brought to you by the wonderful supporters over at Patreon.